This video details about quality assurance in nursing. The term quality means doing it right when no one is looking. This concept is given by Henry Ford. Coming to the meaning of the term, according to the dictionary, quality is degree of excellence. Then, as per Joint Commission on Accreditation of Healthcare Organization in 2002, quality is the degree to which health services for individuals and population increases the likelihood of desired health outcome and are consistent with current professional knowledge. According to Joint Commission, it is the degree to which the health services that are given to individuals and population increases the likelihood of desired health outcome and is the degree to which they are consistent with the current professional knowledge. So in this image you can see this is a good apple, this is a damaged apple. So this is of poor quality, this is of high quality. So it is a degree of excellence. Quality is the degree of excellence of something. Some of the interrelated terms are quality control, quality improvement, continuous quality improvement, quality management, total quality management, institutionalization of quality assurance, and quality circle. These terms are used interchangeably with the quality assurance. About components of quality in healthcare. In healthcare sector, while ensuring the quality of a service, there are four components: safety, effectiveness, patient-centeredness, and timeliness. About safety. Improving safety means designing and implementing healthcare processes to avoid, prevent, and ameliorate adverse outcome or injuries that stem from the process of healthcare itself. Healthcare safety means avoid, prevent, or ameliorate adverse outcome or injuries that comes from healthcare itself. That is what is meant by safety in healthcare. Second is effectiveness. Effectiveness means whether the care delivered leads to improved outcome in terms of health status and quality of life of patients. If there is improved outcome in health status and improved quality of life, then we say the healthcare is effective. Thirdly, patient-centeredness. It refers to the healthcare that establishes a partnership among health workers, patients, and their families. A relationship or a partnership or a collaboration is established between health workers, patients, and their family. That is called a patient-centeredness. Next, timeliness. It combines being able to obtain care and getting it promptly. Give care and get it promptly is called a timeliness. Then, quality assurance in nursing. The concept of quality assurance in nursing was given by Florence Nightingale when she was giving care to patients or soldiers in the Crimean War in 1855. So the concept is as old as nursing. Coming to the definition of the term quality assurance, according to Cossier, it is an ongoing systematic process designed to evaluate and promote excellence in healthcare provided to the clients. It is an ongoing systematic process. Its objective is to evaluate and promote excellence in healthcare that is provided to the patients or clients. That is quality assurance. Another definition, according to Donna Beeden in 1982, it is a judgment concerning the process of care based on the extent to which that care contributes to valued outcome. To what extent the care could contribute to valued outcome, the judgment made on the statement is called a quality assurance, according to Donna Beeden in 1982. About objectives of quality assurance, particularly in nursing, to ensure delivery of quality client care, to promote efforts of healthcare providers or health workers to provide good result in terms of care or after giving care, then to formulate plan of care for the patient according to his needs, to evaluate achievement of nursing care, To support delivery of nursing care with the administrative and managerial services available. To explain quality assurance model as prerequisite for quality nursing care. To state code of ethics and professional conduct for nurses in India. To appreciate importance of practicing standard safety measures. Plan and conduct patient teaching session. And finally, to identify appropriate management techniques to be used for managing resources in a given situation. So in short, the overall goal or purpose of quality assurance is to evaluate the nursing care given or to evaluate the patient care given. So quality assurance is otherwise the mechanism to evaluate the patient care. Coming to the principles used in quality assurance. There are four major principles. First one, focus on customer. That is, satisfying need of the customers is the primary goal of quality management. Satisfying the need of the customer. In healthcare sector, the customer is the patient. So satisfying the need of the patient is the primary goal. Then the customer may be internal or it may be external. Second, teamwork and employee participation. Quality can only be delivered by healthy interpersonal relationship and teamwork that is based on relationship, or collaboration is required to provide quality nursing care. Collaboration of nursing with other healthcare professionals. Third important principle, focus on systems. All components of system need to be assessed, evaluated and improved collectively and individually. A system consists of structure, process and outcome. We will see later in this video what is a system. So, all aspect of the system, that is structure, process and outcome, has to be evaluated and improved collectively and individually to ensure quality. No one part can be said to be more important than the other. The quality of healthcare system is interdependent on its part and elements. The quality of healthcare depends on the structure, process and outcome. A single segment cannot stand alone to ensure quality. The fourth principle is data-driven or based. Quality assurance is based on data or it is data-driven. Without collecting data, quality cannot be measured. And if measurement is not possible, quality cannot be calculated nor improvements can be documented. So quality assurance depends on data collection or assessment of data. Other principles in quality assurance include leadership, commitment, process orientation, outcome driven, participative approach, individual responsibility, employee empowerment, continuous process, interdisciplinary process, education and retraining, system of employee reward and recognition, preventive management, control, benchmarking, and mutually beneficial supplier relationship. About Quality Assurance Committee at different levels to ensure quality of healthcare service. There is national level, there is National Quality Assurance Committee. Then centrally, there is Central Quality Assurance Committee. Then in the institution, there may be Institutional Quality Assurance Committee, and each patient unit, there may be unit level Quality Assurance Committee. Coming to some of the factors that affect quality assurance in nursing: lack of resources like infrastructure and equipment. There may be personal problems. Then improper maintenance of records and supplies. Absence of well-informed workers. Then absence of accreditation of the hospital. Absence of conducting patient satisfaction survey. Then lack of nursing care records. Miscellaneous factors and lack of adequate nurse administrators or evaluators or assessors. About components of quality assurance system or process. This process consists of structure evaluation, process evaluation and outcome evaluation. Already in the principle we have said quality assurance is component dependent. Three components are interdependent and each component assessment is important to ensure the right quality. Then, according to Donna Beeden model, structure means the context in which the care is given or care is delivered. It includes the unit, the patient unit or the hospital building, the staff, the finance and the equipments available for patient care. This all, for example, comes under structure for providing patient care. Then the process denote the transaction between patients and the providers throughout the delivery of healthcare. The transactions are called a process. Nursing process is an example of process, or nursing care plan is the examples of process involved in healthcare. The measurement of process is nearly equivalent to measurement of quality because process contain all the acts of healthcare. The transaction or all the acts of healthcare related activities comes under process. Then outcome is nothing but the effect of healthcare. It can be improved health status or it can be death of the patient or population. The structure, it is the context in which care is given. Process is the transaction or activities in relation to healthcare, and outcome is the result or the effect of healthcare. Donna Beeden gave the concept of structure, process and outcome components of quality assurance. So once again, the structure, that is anatomy of healthcare or the structure of healthcare consists of staff, department, equipment, supplies, environment, etc. Then the process is the transaction. It includes pathways, protocol, physician orders, nursing care plan, housekeeping, transport, etc. And the outcome are 6 Ds, that is death, disease, disability, discomfort, dissatisfaction and destitution. Now we will see about different models for quality assurance. There are a number of models. Out of that, few important models are mentioned here. The system model, that consists of input, throughput and output. Then there is a model given by American Nurses Association. Then the Donovan model of quality assurance we have just seen previously. Then there is a focus model called PDCA model. Then there is a model given by ISO quality assurance model. Then another model given by JCAHO, that is Joint Commission on Accreditation of Hospital Organization. Out of the 5 commonly used model, one is ANA Quality Assurance Model, that is American Nursing Association Quality Assurance Model. This model consists of 3 important steps, or this model can be summarized into 3 important steps of quality assurance. 1. Identify the structure or the unit in which quality assurance has to take place, develop standard and develop criteria. Then apply this standard and criteria into the unit, or collect or assess actual performance about the delivery of nursing care in that particular unit. Then analyze the data given and evaluate the outcome of standard and criteria and come to a conclusion. And thus this process will continue. Another quality assurance model is PDCA model, that is plan, do, check and act cycle model. Planning is nothing but where quality assurance have to take place, plan the standard and criteria to implement. Then do means actually measure the performance or the delivery of nursing care in that particular unit. Then check means analyze the result obtained and come to a conclusion. And act means implement the corrective measures. So this is also similar to ANA model, although in the ANA model there are only 3 steps, or the steps are concised into 3. Here there is 4, but the actions remain the same. Now we will see the quality assurance cycle or the quality assurance process or the steps involved in quality assurance. Briefly we have seen in the models. Here we will see first standards of care have to be developed. Then measurement criteria have to be developed. Then assessment of the delivery of nursing care or measurement of the actual performance of nursing care. Then analyze the actual performance assessed and come to a conclusion and document the result. Then based on the result available, make a recommendation for change, and then these steps will continue. This is the quality assurance cycle. First, the area of quality assurance have to be decided, and based on that development of standards and criteria, then actual data collection, analysis and evaluation of the data collection and coming to a conclusion of the problem, then make a recommendation for change or what to be done to make this problem avoid, and finally implement the change, and again this process will continue. To make sure efficacy of nursing care delivered, there are certain approaches. These approaches are two types, general and specific. First, we will see about 4 technique or activities comes under general approach. One is credentialing. Credential is nothing but formal recognition of professional or technical competence and attainment of minimum standards by a person or agency to perform a particular role. For example, as a nurse, she should attain minimum competence and minimum standards, and that is recognized officially, and that is called credentialing. This is formal or official recognition of professional competence and attainment of minimum standards by a person. Credential is nothing but minimum standards. Some of the examination or licensing examination to foreign countries like CGFNS is examples of credentialing process. Second general mechanism is licensure. License is nothing but a contract between the profession and the state. For example, nursing is the profession and Kerala is the state. Kerala Nursing Council ensures license for nurses to work in Kerala. So, by providing license, the state has control over the professional to practice the profession and to come out of the profession, and also to maintain quality of the professional practice. So whenever there is a compromise of quality of nursing practice, the license of the person will be withdrawn. Licensure of nurses has been mandated throughout the world by laws and regulation. Every country have their own laws and regulation to issue license. Third is accreditation. It is a formal process of surveying a hospital or an institution against predetermined standards and criteria to determine whether or not it complies with the applicable standard. So accreditation is again a formal process like a credentialing. So the accrediting agency like ISO or JCI or NABH or NAC have their own criteria which are already predetermined, and also they have their own standard. So when they come to inspect a particular institution, it can be a hospital or an institution, they will ensure that these standards are complied or these standards are followed in the particular institution. If they follow this standard or comply with the standards and criteria, then they will give accreditation certificate. So it is a formal process. Examples are ISO accreditation, JCI accreditation, NABH accreditation, NAC accreditation, etc. This is another mechanism to ensure quality of service to the society. Fourth general approach is certification. Here, a person's qualification to function in a particular specialty area, say for example, neonatal intensive care unit, are determined based on an examination. So in that examination, that particular person's education achievements, experience and performed are assessed. So based on the assessment or based on the result, the authority will determine whether he or she is eligible to work in the neonatal care unit and a certificate is issued. If the certificate is available, he can work in that area. That is example of certification. Now we will see the specific approaches to make sure quality in nursing. One of the specific approaches is peer review. It is divided into 2 types. The recipients of healthcare assesses the healthcare providers. That is one type of peer review, and the co-workers assessing the performance of another co-worker. That is another peer review. So these are the 2 types of approaches to ensure quality of performance. Second approach or second device to maintain quality in nursing care is standards. We have discussed in detail about standards that are given by ANA and INC in another video. Please refer to that if you have any doubts. Another tool to maintain quality or to make sure quality is audited. About this also we have discussed in another video. Fourth one is indicators. Indicators are nothing but measurable variable or characteristics that can be used to determine the degree of adherence to standard or the achievement of goals. If there is standard, then definitely there will be some indicators or some characteristics that tells that that standard has been followed or not. Then conducting clinical rounds, another way to make sure quality, surprise clinical rounds. Then quality circle is another mechanism to ensure quality where a small group of employees meet usually voluntarily, regularly to identify, select and analyze the work related problem and propose solution to those problems to the upper management for consideration and approval. In quality circle, a small group of people meet together voluntarily on a regular basis, and they will identify, select and analyze work related problem and propose solution to the upper management for approval. Another mechanism to ensure quality is supervision. Supervisors are first line managers who formally appointed to position of authority to direct the work of subordinate. Supervisors supervise the subordinate, the work of subordinate. Then continuous education. This is the education beyond initial professional preparation to maintain the quality. It depends on the type of patient that are cared in the unit. Ninth approach is procedure. These are nothing but standard operating procedures, protocols, standing orders, etc. that are followed in the particular unit. About this also we have covered in another video. Next mechanism is patient information and education. Giving the patient right information about his illness and education for promotive, preventive and self-care measures ensures quality of health. Next mechanism is quality assessment. Here, a single episode of care by a healthcare provider is assessed by his superior to ensure quality. Next approach is medical record review. It is done to identify the degree to which medical record documentation is accurate, complete and performed in a timely manner. Next quality assurance activity or method is surgical case review. Surgical case review is nothing but an activity that entails measuring, assessing and improving the appropriate surgical or other invasive procedures. It evaluates the preparation of the patient before the procedure, performance of the procedure, monitoring of the patient after the procedure, and the provision of post-procedure care. Next, active mechanism or method to ensure quality is infection control program. It is a program of a hospital including policies and procedures for surveillance, prevention and control of infection. All patient care units and departments are included in infection control program. Standards are developed to evaluate the quality of the hospital infection control program specifically. 15th mechanism is benchmarking, that is comparing the performance of oneself to many basic performances or ideal performances and learn from the best performance. That is benchmarking. Comparing the performance of oneself with many similar type performances and learn from the best. 16th one is drug utilization review. It is a review of clinical use of drugs including antibiotics for appropriateness. Next mechanism is occurrence review. An occurrence is nothing but an event that happens in the hospital or within the hospital premises but that are not consistent with the routine operation of the hospital. A common example is the fall of a patient, which is not a routine in the hospital, or a fall should not be a routine in the hospital. So the number of falls or the number of needle stick injury which should not occur routine in a hospital. These events are reviewed periodically. That is called occurrence review. That may endanger the life of a patient or the comfort of a patient or visitors or an employee. And the last mechanism is death review. It is an investigation of all death that happen in the hospital, including the reason for admission, findings, codes and events leading to death. This also helps in make sure quality of healthcare services. So thus we have completed the methodology or mechanism or approaches for ensuring quality of healthcare services or patient care services. We have divided that into two categories, general approaches and specific approaches. In the general approaches, we have seen 4 mechanisms, and the specific approaches we have discussed 18 mechanisms. Then coming to role of nurse administrators in quality assurance program in nursing. They should act as initiators, facilitators, leaders, coordinators, educators and evaluators. Coming to some of the issues, challenges or trends of quality assurance in nursing. First one, a continuum of long-term care option. Many diseases are chronic nowadays. So there are many long-term care options which may affect quality. Then the movement towards more consumer-directed care, another factor or trend that affect the quality. Then quality assurance of internationalization, that is international agencies are there to make sure quality like JCI. Then there are rapid changes in healthcare technologies and therapies. Then there are demographic trend, epidemiological trend and healthcare statistics. Demographic trend in the sense the percentage of old population or aged population is increasing. Epidemiological trend, pandemic like COVID are becoming common and that vary healthcare statistics. Next trend is supply of manpower and competition. That is, there is shortage of nurses all over the world and competition to hire nurses. Then there is an era of alternative therapies, genomics and palliative care that is upcoming. Then evidence-based practice and innovation becomes very common. Then there are many laws that are amended and new laws are being implemented. Then fast growth of telecommunication or telecommunication revolution. These are some of the factors or trends that affect quality assurance in. Coming to impact of quality assurance in nursing. So what happens after making quality is ensured? Nurses are accountable for their action. Quality assurance make nurses accountable for their action. Nurses are forced to deliver a high standard of care. Then quality assurance guarantees standards of care to the public. When a patient is admitted in an accredited institution by NABH, public or patient can make sure that they can expect that a minimum standard of care will be followed. Then also quality assurance make nurses are actively involved in audit and consumer relation. It improves overall quality of nursing care. It also improves documentation and communication. It helps in professional growth. It maintains international standards. It helps to compare standards with another institution, and it avoids malpractice and bias in nursing practice. This is the end of this long video. Thanks for watching.